Hi everyone, good morning. So I am starting this vlog here in my bathroom where I have overhead lighting, which is horrible, so I do apologize. And anyway, the reason why I am starting my vlog here is because there's a little bit of a change up in my skincare routine at the moment. So I would like to show you guys that, and that's why I'm starting here. So of course, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Mandelic acid toner. So this is what I use on a daily basis now, and I use it morning and evening. And by the way, yes, I had just come out of the shower, so I have already brushed my teeth, I have cleansed my skin, everything, so don't worry, I didn't skip that part. So anywho, so I'm gonna pour a little bit of this Mandelic acid toner into a round cotton pad, and I'm just gonna apply this generously all over my skin. So this is an AHA, so this is the one that's basically exfoliating my skin right now and just, like, you know, helping me reduce the signs of aging, like, you know, fine lines and things like that, especially on the topmost layer of my skin. Now the glycolic acid toner and moisturizer that I used before is still currently out of stock, so I'm like, truthfully, I do have to say that this has been my saving grace, because as we all know, AHAs are the types of acids that we need in our skin, just to, you know, to help our skin promote cell renewal and cell rejuvenation. Okay, so that's my first toner for the morning, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another toner. Now this one is from VMV Hypoallergenics. So the Mandelic acid toner that I'm using is also from VMV Hypoallergenics, and the main difference between this toner and the toner that I previously used is that this is a salicylic acid toner, and I use this as, like, you know, a spot treatment here on my face. I always use this in the areas where I am usually oily, and it's always in my nose, so that just, like, you know, helps me to prevent blackheads, things like that, whiteheads. So this just, like, really clarifies everything, and because this is like a oil soluble kind of an acid, so this will just, like, you know, really penetrate deeply. And I also use this on a regular basis, morning and evening. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a vitamin C essence. So this is relatively new into my skincare routine, and I have been using this for a little over a month now, and I have actually been loving it. Now I hauled this when I went to Japan back in March, so if you're interested to see my Japan haul, the link is down below. So this is one of it, and this is a vitamin C essence from the brand Unlabel Lab, and I love the packaging of this. It's very cute, and all I need to do is to use one pump of this vitamin C essence, and then I just warm it up in my hand, and I massage it all over my face and down my neck. And what I love about this is that it has a certain playtime with it, unlike the serum that I used to use before, the one from Tree of Life Beauty. So this just enables me to massage my face longer, because it feels like, you know, it's a little bit, what I feel on my skin is that it's like a mix of oil and water, but truthfully that's actually, like, you know, glycerin. And when I found out that this was actually glycerin, this also helped me remove one step in my skincare routine at the moment, which is actually adding moisturizer, because if you are, like, you know, a skincare nerd, you know that glycerin really, like, you know, hydrates and moisturizes the skin, which is actually great for me at the moment, mainly because it's been very hot and humid here in the Philippines, so I don't need to over moisturize my skin, because if I over moisturize my skin, it's gonna lead to, like, you know, clogged pores, pimples, irritations, things like that. So this is like a 2-in-1 product for me at the moment, wherein it's my moisturizer and my vitamin C essence at the same time. Okay, so my skin is a little bit tacky now, as you guys can see, so this means my skin is moisturized. So let me proceed to the next step, and I'm using this vitamin C eye gel from Tree of Life Beauty. So I've talked about this before, I even, like, you know, vlogged about this, so I'm not gonna go through the motions again of this under eye product. So I'm just gonna generously massage it here in my under eye area and also here in my brow bone area, just to really help hydrate and brighten. So I'm really pressing the product well into my under eye area, really like, you know, massaging it just so that I can get the full benefit of this eye cream, and also massaging my under eye area for like, you know, some lymphatic drainage. Okay, that's great. So look at that, I look very nice and well moisturized. Now, since it has been very hot and humid here in the Philippines lately, I'm going to use this Monolaurin Gel. So it's like a mattifying kind of a gel, which is great for people who have oily skin, by the way. And it also is like, you know, clarifying and smoothing at the same time. Now, the texture of this is gel-like. As you guys can see, this is how it looks like. It's a little bit runny, so which is actually great. Now, the great thing with this product is that it's actually not drying at all, but it just controls the sebum that's coming out from my problem areas on my skin. The mattifying gel has now dried down, and the last step in my skincare routine is, of course, sunscreen. And I'm using my most favorite sunscreen ever, the VMV Armada Sport 70. And even if I am just staying at home at the moment, I need to apply some sunscreen, because as we all know, anything that emits light can cause photo damage in your skin. So that's your overhead lights, that's your laptop, that's your phone. And I believe I'm going to be doing some work on my laptop later to edit. So that means I'm going to be spending so much time on my electronic devices today. Alright, so at this point, what I want to do is I'm actually wanting to go down to my home office, mainly because it's in a state of mess. I have been rearranging some stuff lately, and like, you know, they just need to be sorted out, period. And maybe we can come and hang around together as I am doing that, okay? I hope you don't mind. But before I go down, the last step in my skincare routine this morning is I'm going to be using this Aven cold cream, like, you know, the lip balm form. Because I just need to keep my lips hydrated always. It's my thing. And I have been loving this, and I keep this here upstairs in my vanity, and I usually use this mostly in the evening so that it just hydrates my lips when I am sleeping. And sometimes I also like to use this in the morning, like, you know, as the final step to my skincare routine. Alright, so anyway, so I'm gonna go downstairs now, so come. Okay, so this is the state of my home office at the moment. So it's actually very messy. So of course, because I just vlogged recently about these blushes from Givenchy, the Pre-Some brush. So I have some brushes here which I need to wash. And what else is here? So I still have a lot of, like, you know, travel receipts that I have to go through to double check in my, like, you know, credit card statements. I really need to do that. And my little display area here is also in a state of mess, so I really need to tidy everything up. And also one other thing, I got new luggage for my hair kit, and I also got one that I'm going to be using for, like, you know, my auxiliary makeup kit. Because as you guys know, if you've been with me for quite some time, this is my main makeup kit that I bring to work. And I also have been, like, you know, bringing this other supplementary kit where I usually leave, like, you know, store my pencils, some of my powders, things like that. But I have been finding that it's a little bit taxing to be bringing a lot of stuff and, like, you know, just carrying them around by hand, because they don't have wheels. My makeup kit doesn't have wheels, so it can be quite tiring, especially if you're parked at basement number 2 and then you have to walk the way up on the stairs instead of using the elevator. So anyway, so yeah, so I think it was just high time that I had to streamline some of my stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to try to change my storage routine for my makeup and my hair, which I'm going to be bringing to work, because I don't know why, it's always my thing. Like, I do it like every so often. I always try to rearrange things, so I guess it just means that I have not found like, you know, the right storage materials for my makeup when I go to work. So yeah, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start and maybe show you guys my hair kit. Okay, so let me drag my hair kit out first. And the main reason why I want to show you guys this is because I also put some of my makeup stuff here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hope my lapel is working today. And anywho, so I actually bought a luggage, which is a trunk type of luggage, which I think will work quite nicely for me because the traditional form of luggage, it's quite difficult for me to actually carry around or even set up, and sometimes it just doesn't fit right for me, mainly because it's so wide, while this one it's not that wide. So that, like, the total length of this is around 26 inches, so which is actually not so bad. And what I like about this is that it's actually deep enough here. Let me push that at this part for me to store whatever I need to store properly. So I have my Dyson blow dryer here, then I have some, like, hair products, and then I have, as you guys can see, this is my foundation kit which I bring to work, which I keep here. And I actually don't want to keep this here anymore because it adds too much weight already into my hair kit, and this is actually already quite heavy. So I just really need to lighten up the load of this a little bit. And also because sometimes there are jobs wherein I don't need to do the hair, so I don't want to fix my kit like, last minute in the evening. So I want to keep all my hair stuff in one luggage, and I want to keep all my makeup in one luggage. So by the way, if you're interested to see what is inside my foundation kit, I'm going to put a link down below to that blog. And what else do I have here? So yeah, so hair extensions are here. So this is like all of my hairpins, things like that. This is my small detachable curling barrels, curling ones. So that's a great thing about this because I don't have a lot of space with me. So at least, like, because if I have the regular type of, like, curling ones, they take up so much space in the makeup kit. So at least having this, you can just really, like, remove it from the electrical barrel where it gets attached to, and then you just, like, put it in a case like this, and it's more compact, and it's actually quite easy to store. So I have, like, extension cords under, things like that. So I'm really quite happy on the amount of stuff that I can keep in this. So what else is here? So there's a part here where you can also actually store stuff. So this is where all of my, like, hair brushes are, and then these are like some hair accessories, more hairspray, and hair rollers. So I'm actually quite happy on the amount of things that I can store in this luggage. So now I really like this. It closes quite nicely. It's also amazing, and it stands quite nicely as well. It swivels 360 degrees, which is actually great. So, but I don't actually like to store my hair kit like this because it might crush all the products inside. So I actually like it that you can store it this way. Now the only issue that, well, it's not really an issue, but the only thing I'm worried about for this luggage is I'm scared that the wheels might not be that of good, like, good quality. So but then I can always go to the repair shop to have this changed. And I know that the prices of, like, these types of wheels here are quite affordable. But so far I just do love the trunk design of this luggage. I think it also looks quite chic. Now I actually wanted to get the black one, but the black one wasn't available in the size that I needed. Okay, so let me just return this to its proper space. Okay, let me just put it in place now. Okay, and the other thing that I got recently is the other luggage that I'm planning to use for my auxiliary makeup kit. So as you guys can see, it's the smaller version of the trunk luggage that I got. It's also a little bit cheaper, but it's only like 100 pesos cheaper. So I really like it, and I like the width of the luggage here, wherein my bag actually, like, my makeup backpack actually fits quite perfectly on top. So hang on, let me put this back here first. Okay, let me put it on top of this chair, I believe, so that we guys can just see it together properly. Okay, so it's still a trunk style kind of a luggage. I like this. And I have to say it actually has a very nice, like, depth inside, which I'm sure you guys can see. So it is actually very good. And also there's an area here where you can store other stuff, so which is actually great for me. So this is going to be my auxiliary makeup kit, and this is where I'm going to be placing a lot of my makeup stuff now. So this is my foundation kit, so I'm going to put this here, and I also have other stuff that I have already transferred into other bags like this. So it's just a matter of, like, proper storage and positioning, I guess. So let me bring you guys closer so that maybe you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, there you go. Much better. Okay, so this is my foundation kit, and then I have my, like, blush, lip gloss, and liquid eyeshadow kit. And then I have some of my, like, powders in this kit. But I'm a little bit wary of this because I don't actually want this to get crushed. So I believe everything that I'm going to be putting here is just going to be a matter of proper storage. So this is going to be like a Lego-like kind of an activity for me. And of course I have here, like, some eyelashes. Now, what else? Okay, so I think it's much better if I'm gonna put this on the floor, because I think my knees are also about to give out, and I'm also, like, I'm here near the door because the lighting is so much better because it's been very cloudy here recently. So anyway, so back to the packing. So I've also made some changes in the way that I store stuff. So if you guys have been following me here for quite some time, you would know that I usually store my makeup brushes here, but I just found that because of the depth of the casing here, so when I put my brush, I would notice that I would start picking up the brush that I would need by pinching the brush head, and I really don't like that because I might, like, destroy the bristles. So I actually found a different way of storing my brushes. So I was a little bit worried that this kit would, like, become useless, but so far I have found that I can actually store all of my, like, eyeliner pencils, lip pencils, like, my mascaras are here, and then, like, what else is here? My cream eyeshadow sticks are here, so at least they still prove to be useful for me. And I believe they also fit quite nicely in this kit. So the only thing that I am seeing right now is this part. It's a little bit too bulky, and this is actually where I put my eyelash curler, so I might need to find a way to store that differently, or maybe I can just store it this way or this way. We'll see, but so far I think that will just work fine as it is, and I can put my lip kit here, just like it, perfect. And I also have some storage here on the side, so maybe I can put this. And does it still close? Yeah, it still closes quite nicely. Perfect. So I like that. So let me just put my retouch bag there, which is actually perfect. And I can actually put these, like, placemats in the side pockets here, because these placemats, this is what I actually put on top of the table, and this is where I'm going to lay, like, my brushes, my makeup products, things like that. And of course, microfiber towels. This is what I use to clean out my brush heads in between shoots. So this one is not going to be here because this needs to be stored in a much more sanitary area. So I'm going to put this somewhere else. Let me seal this. Yeah, okay, so I can see that I can still actually close it, but like, this is not going to be the final setup for this auxiliary makeup kit, because I think I just need to fix some stuff and then rearrange some stuff. And truthfully, this area is actually bothering me because I think that's just going to eat up a lot of space in this kit. So I might need to transfer these eyelash curlers somewhere else. But the thing with me is, if I actually want to have something wherein everything is already in place. So as you guys can see here in this kit, it's a majority of all of, it's all about eyes. So we have eyeshadow sticks, mascara, eyeliners, things like that. And that's the main reason why I actually placed them here, because if I put this on the table, everything eye related is already in this pouch, so I don't need to scour around and look for this. And the main reason why I am actually saving these boxes of my eyelash curlers is because I actually staple a lot of the extra rubber from the eyelash curlers here. So that's why I can't really part with these boxes. But I'm just trying to see if I could rearrange some stuff, because this is not the final setup yet, if you know what I mean. So I'm just trying it out for the first time. I'm trying to see if how to effectively store everything, so that if I need something when I'm working, it's just within reach. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. Okay. Maybe I can put them here on the side, one in each side. Let me see if that will work for me. So maybe that looks a little bit more positive, but we'll see, because again, it's eating up space where it shouldn't eat up space. Okay, so I really need to place this somewhere else. Now, as I've said earlier, I transferred some of my brushes into a different makeup brush kit. Although, I still have one brush kit which I will keep, and this is where I will store all of my bigger brushes, powder brushes, blush brushes, bronzer brushes, they're all here. But the other brushes I now keep in a brush kit like this. And I'm actually hoping that this is going to be a much more effective kind of a setup for me, wherein I could just remove all of this from my bag and then just unscrew the lid here and put it on the on table. And the other thing that appealed to me with this plastic brush case is that I like that it's actually see-through, so I can see the brushes here. Because the main problem with this brush kit, especially if I have smaller brushes, is that because the inner lining of that is black, so I kind of get lost trying to find a specific brush. But if it's like this, I can actually see the color of the handle of the brush, so it already gives me an idea what kind of a brush it is. So of course, if it's orange, it's Hakuhodo, and then if it's this white and purple handle, it's from Sonia G. And then if I could see some of the red with the black, I know it's Sonia G. And then if I can see this bamboo stick, I know it's the brushes that I use for concealer. So it gives me a visual idea of the brushes that I already need. And also one other thing, I actually did put some tissue packaging at the bottom of this, just so that it raises the brush a little bit, so that when I need something, I don't pick up the brush by pinching on the bristle here, but I can just go to the side and pick up the brush from the ferrule. So I don't it's just one way for me to preserve the integrity of the brush head. And also the great thing with this brush case is that you can actually adjust the size of this. So there are actually three buttons here that you can actually slide down, and you can adjust to the length of the covering that you want. So if you have longer bristled brushes like this one, you can actually slide these buttons a little bit higher, and then you can just turn it inward, and it keeps that length, so that way you don't crush the bristles of your brushes. So I'm very, very happy with that. Super happy. So especially with most of my synthetic brushes, the eyeliner brushes, things like that, they're always the longer types of brush handles. So I really wanted to do this and make sure that they all fit nicely. So I actually bought 6 of these plastic brush cases, and I'm actually planning on labeling them in the next few days. So as you guys can see here, all of my Yachio brushes are here. These are the fusion brushes from Sonia G. Now these brushes here, the one that I showed you earlier, so these are all of my blending brushes. In this case, these are all of my worker brushes. So these are the ones that have a flat and round bristle design, which you actually use to lay down or buff out eyeshadow colors. So I hope that it will just streamline my process when I am working. All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna put you guys to the side because I really want to arrange things at the moment, and sometimes blabbing on on my phone here can prove to be quite distracting. So hang around with me a bit, okay? Hey everyone, so I have just finished fixing my office, and I'm actually quite surprised on how bright this afternoon turned out to be, because this morning when I started cleaning my stuff here in my office, it was very, very dark and very cloudy and very gloomy. So anywho, I just want to show you guys the new setup of my area here. So hang on. Okay, so I'm so happy that this area of my home office is now clean and tidy, and it looks so much better because I had just been so busy these past few days, vlogging. And I also decided to wash my brushes, so I have been using these for the past few vlogs that I have created. So I'm so glad that I finally got to wash them. And I've also managed to change some of my display here. So first things first, so I actually already was able to display my beni. So that's my komachi beni, and that's the traditional form of rouge or lipstick in Japan that I got when I went to Tokyo in March. So this is the pamphlet here. So I'm actually going to save this. So if you're interested to see my vlog about this, I'm going to put a link down below. And of course, those are my Koyomo brushes. So pretty. And so speaking of beni, so beni actually is featured in most Japanese ukiyo-e, or wood block printing. So that's one example wherein her lower lip is actually green. So that's one of the main features of traditional beni in Japan. So of course, my brushes are there, things like that. And what else is here? Yes, so these are the makeup that I am still yet to try. I hauled that recently from Europe, and these are some of the makeup products that I need to throw away. So these two are from my Viseart blushes. So as you guys can see, it has some molding in it. So these have to go to the garbage can. And unfortunately, these products also from Fenty, I'm going to throw away, because if I can just open it, hang on, it has also produced molds. I'm actually quite surprised with that, because one other similar product from Fenty, so it's also a cream bronzer type, and it is this one, so it's in a different shade. That one was macchiato, I think, which is I'm so sad about it, because that's one of my most favorite colors. So here's the other bronzer that I got from Fenty. So it's of course for deeper skin tones, and as you guys can see, it has maintained its integrity. It didn't have any molding, so I was very surprised with that. So even their cream blushes, hang on, let me just flip my camera over. So I have cream blushes also from Fenty. Look at that, it developed molds, and also the other one here, it has also developed some molding. So I'm actually quite disappointed with that, because it makes me question the product integrity of that, especially with cream. So you should have like stronger preservatives in that, because I have like other cream products here in my collection, and they last longer than those. And also one other thing, I am going to actually create a standalone review for this stick SPF from the French brand La Rose, because although I really like it, but I just have some things to say about it, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Yeah, so what else is happening here in my home office? Yeah, so of course here is my new makeup luggage. So I have yet to go through that again to double check everything. And of course here is my main makeup kit. I've already transferred some of my makeup stuff there. So all my eyeshadows are here. These are the Chanel's, Lisa Eldridge. I have the Dior's here, some NARS. This is ColourPop. And then the blushes. Whoops. Those were the lip glosses. So all the blushes are here, contours, things like that. So yeah, I'm quite happy on how I actually managed to create that, but I still have to go through it again, like to further scale down my kit. And also one other thing, something arrived in the mail this afternoon, and this is actually the new brush of Sonia G. So I'm actually very excited to try this out, and it took a while for it to get here. And before I close out this vlog, I would like to say thank you to Sonia G and to Vitalish for sending this baby over to me. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go now. I'm gonna keep this vlog short, and mainly because one, I have to go to the gym, and second, I have to create some footage for this new brush of Sonia G. And I'm sure by the time that you see this vlog, my standalone vlog for the Sonia G sheer buffer has already been live online. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I'm actually very excited to try out this brush. Okay, so I think that's it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this short vlog of mine, and I have actually been wanting to clean up my office already ever since I arrived, and I'm so glad that I was finally able to do this. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna let you guys go now. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye!